everybody. This is Grumpy's Dave's Garage. Burning up my hide here. I want to get a few extra welds on here, especially right here, because I got to cut this lip to make my wheel flare. So I wanted this in there. I put a whole lot of extra welds on it. I'm just going to leave them until I get this in, then I'll start welding it all up together. So that's the weld there. Put this up here somewhere. It is now about 11 o'clock at about 85, 87 degrees and climbing. The Bondo, because the humidity is not setting up with the crapola. So we put the first scuff coat down. And I'll grind this up to here somewhere and leave these welds there for extra strength. And then I'll just go ahead and do the gentle scratch coat down and get it down where I want it. And then after all this is fabricated, I'll get back in and go to town with the welding, the grinding, and the body work. So this side is basically done as soon as I can wrap this up. I'm debating on whether I should start cutting the wheel flares or I should go and get the other side, because it's worse. It's got a chunk out of the rocker that I had to cut out. But the dog leg over there is in good shape. This dog leg is actually the front piece off the fender on the other side, because I had a spare pair that were on the parts card that were all wrinkled and twisted out of shape because of the way they drug it out of the barn. They sold me the car for $100. I can't complain, all the parts I got. But made a perfect panel for here with the contours and everything. I'm trying to get up here. It's kind of hard. All welded up. I went ahead and I had a low spot right here from an old repair that I cleaned out. I may just go all the way around the car up to the middle body line, okay, and get this one done. And then go back and do the rear flares and hook up the fuel line, the brake lines, bring everything up front, get all that hooked up while I'm doing all the work on the front. That valence panel needs some serious love. I'll show you over here. This one's had some previous body work. Whoever did a good job of part of it. Their paint and prep was lousy, but they actually pulled the metal back into shape instead of just mudding it in. So I can get this cleaned up. I got a little bit of work down here on this dog leg to do. Like I say, I got another fender. I can cut another one and do the same thing over there. Starting to make some serious headway. Let me get this mask off my head. It's not like I'm talking in a bucket. As soon as it gets in the mid to high 80s, this mud I'm using just does not want to cure out. It's still tacky from 5 hours ago. I'll get all this lightly sanded and I'll get another coat on it in the morning, and then I'll move to the marker light up there, and that way that fender's done too, ready for sanding. I'll put the bolts in the brake pedal box, put in and adjust the brake switch. Then I can start the body work tomorrow. While that stuff's drying, I can come over here and start working on this. I can work on the rocker. I gotta go out to my son's to get the other fender. I just remember it's still hanging on the car, so I can get that dog leg piece off of it. Man, this temperature in here. Got a fan running. You can probably hear it. I think it's time for me to turn off the welder. I got so much stuff to do. I still got work to do down here. This stuff is still tacky. I just put it on. You just saw me throw a couple extra welds up here. I'm gonna stop the weld right here, clean all these off, so I can put a skim coat on here, and get a few things done that I want to do. I'm just about roasted already today. Move some stuff around real quick. Before I forget it. And I got too much stuff in my way. I want to make sure I don't get into the door yet. I want to wait till I get the door cards, all the chrome and everything out and boxed up. Do the doors separate. The inside jambs look good. There's a little patina and that's it. There's no rust through or anything. There's a couple little quarter-size spots of that. So what do you think? It's not curing. gonna have to wait. Other than the fact that I'm putting my dirty fingerprints in it after I touch this black. Still burning up a lot of sandpaper to etch this black off to get the primer and stuff to stick to it, to make sure it sticks to it. So my theory is I'm going to come right around to this body line, around the bottom of the doors to the front, start over there and do the same. The top is basically sanding and removing stuff. I'm looking at spots right here, right here, right down there. Just a couple little whiskey dents. Looking real good. Door lines are straight. Fittings are good. I'm having good luck with the body so far. So basically what I did, for a quick recap, is I took old fenders, the back parts of them, and flipped them to the opposite side to make new dog legs. It was a pain to clean all that. They had like 5 coats of paint that looked like a layer of house paint, latex of some kind. Get really gummed up the works when it comes to sanding the body with those panels. So I had to get out the flapper attack and just rip it off with that, and then got back to the sandpaper. So this will come out nice once it's all ground down and done. I think I'm going to complete each side basic, and then start the 2 in the back are the same. I'll get those figured out and do those first. I may end up coming in here tomorrow after I sand everything. Take that flapper with, I got some 80 grit or something, I guess I'm a lot lighter, and just clean down through here. So when I'm putting the flare on, no matter where I tack weld stuff, it'll be ready to go. I laid myself a big old booger weld right there. Clean all that off. Leave that one intact until I cut. And then this comes out in front of the tire. And it goes back. Then I'll figure out how far this has to come down. And then we'll make the paper patterns so I can cut all these steel panels at one time and grind them and clean them and mold them into shape and tack them in. That's where we are today, people. We're just trying to get a foot up on this. Would be nice if the weather would have cooperated a little bit with this stuff. That's been on there for 5 hours. It's still sticky. Now by tomorrow it'll be rock hard, and I'll just go to town on it. Because I've got the dents in the rear panel and this, and I'm gonna hit that, clean the first layer of this stuff down. That's just a scratch coat to kind of give me some surface to work with. And then we'll begin to attack the other side. I got holes to deal with because we're going plain side, not chrome. The rear bumper is out there. We're going to weld bolts back in it where I broke them off. And then we're going to paint everything behind the bumper after I do some work on it in orange to match the car. So when it's bolted up in here, you look down in there, no matter how you look, you'll see orange. And when it's done and dry, I guess we'll just bolt it in and keep going. But right now we're just going to worry about fabricating and body work. Totally impressed with how it's working out. Tomorrow's what? Tuesday? If I can go out to my son's tomorrow and snatch that other fender, by Friday I should be able to have everything done down here except for the front valence. I want to get some stuff done inside the car. That stuff in there is going to get covered up because all the windows, all the window hardware, everything's going to be fragile, brittle, old, and it's all going to be laying inside there. Okay. I'm hoping to get the whole car ready to prime, put at least one full coat on. Man, I got some serious sanding to do. Down here it's good. Up there it's extra thick. I don't know why. He didn't like to bend over when he had a paint gun in his hand or what. But this is a little bit heavier than this. On the front end of the car, those front fenders, down on the tops and everything, that paint is so thick. It's amazing. When I'm up there, you'll get to see me struggle trying to sand that stuff off. People, like and subscribe. I know we're getting past the boring part and getting back into actually seeing something come together while it's being worked on. Hang in there, and I hope you get to enjoy it all.